Okay, so going to Odyssey has kind of shaped my taste in music.
Yes, yes.
Uh, I
That's
used to
fair.
listen to like normal music, and then I got into dubstep, and then I got into breakcore, and then I got into speedcore, and then I got into lollycore, and then
Then
I
I got into
Wait,
started
wait,
listening
what?
to
hardcore.
rap. Yeah, no, lollycore is a bit of music,
Fuck.
but I used to, instead of doing my homework, I would do what's called exploring on the internet for cool music. And I found a lot of weird shit. Like, there's this album cover. It's a dude with a pair of surgical scissors shoved down his urethra. That was the album cover. I found a lot
Wow.
of interesting music.
Fuck.
Jesus
My
Yeah,
Christ.
God.
What the fuck, man?
I found a lot of
My
weird
Hank
stuff.
Hill came out.
But the coolest story I have between finding an album was about that album that I have posted on my channel. It's Necogram by Radical Softwares. It's honestly really fucking good. I really like that album. Except for the longest time, I was probably the only person outside of Hungary who had ever heard it. There's a very good reason for that. So I used to have this shitty laptop that McCoy gave me, and it had Vista, and it was awful, and I hated it, so I decided to put Linux on there. Except little did I know, Linux doesn't like Wi-Fi cards, apparently, so it just didn't have internet if it wasn't connected to the Ethernet cable. So that's what I had to do. I had to plug in the Ethernet cable, and I didn't really have anything else to do on it, and it was a shitty laptop, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to download Tor, and I'm going to go on the deep web. And I did.
Stupidly.
And I came. No, it was
Dummy.
really cool, honestly. I came across this website. It was some guy's hentai. Like, he had an archive that was just hentai. There were only like 5 pictures on it. But you can look at the album art. You see how it's like a cat girl with a pentagram in the back?
Mhm.
Yeah, this guy's website, it was like a normal anime girl with like a blue star in the background, but he was linking to that album picture. I clicked on it and it led me to a website called prawn.ga, I believe.
Okay.
And this website was entirely in Hungarian, so I had to translate. And the more I was reading about it, the more concerned and confused I got. So it was ran by 2 people, one of which I know the real name and profession of because of an article I read later. But the other one I know nothing about. He goes by the name Hecate. That's Hecate. And this was the owner of the website. He had an FAQ for the website, and I read it because I had no idea what I was looking at. So apparently, this guy, real smart dude, real hacker boy, he made a virus that specifically infects the computers of people living in Hungary. And then what it does is it goes through the computer using an API. I think he built the entire thing, but it searches through all the pictures on your phone or on the computer for specific colors. The colors match that of human skin.
Okay.
The virus he made went on people's computer, searched for nude photos, and then he'd post them on the website.
That's actually fucking brilliant.
The reason the reason he did this was apparently because he thinks everyone living in Hungary is filthy and they should stop using social media to get friends and find people to have sex with. So he hates people living in Hungary, though he also hates everyone else and doesn't want them using the website because it's made for Hungarians. So he was a weird guy. But on the side, he had a link to, it said Necogram, so I clicked on it. And it was music. And, Tor is a built-in VPN. And this wasn't a computer I was concerned about, so I downloaded it straight to the computer, unzipped it, and listened to it. And it was really fucking good. Like, I really like that album. That video I sent is my favorite song of that album. And I was like, damn, I hope this guy makes more music. And apparently he did. He made another album that came out that December that I never got a chance to listen to. So yeah, this album was made by this guy, and I was sending it to some of my friends. I uploaded it to Mega, and then I eventually uploaded it to YouTube. But I wasn't even sure if the story about the virus was true until I looked it up. And there are these websites that document different malware, and they show like the code for it, shows areas that have been affected, and I found it. It was a virus called Radical Softwares. I found it on one of these websites, and the only country highlighted that it infected was in fact Hungary. So he got it to work as intended, and that's where the story ended for a while. I tried finding the link to the website again, and it was completely gone, so I never could get that second album. However, I think it was either last month or 2 months ago. I was looking this up again to try to find that website showing the malware again, just because I was bored and didn't want to do my homework. But instead, I found an article written on a Hungarian hacker's blog showing about how he messed with these guys and got their website taken down. And he showed the personal Facebook for one of the two guys that made it. And on that screenshot of the Facebook, it had a website link. So I went. And the second guy who made this is like a professional like coder now. He works at a big university. It's like, damn, what a cool guy. Apparently he also makes music. He's not the guy who made the album though, sadly. Though for a fat second there, I was considering DMing him and being like, hey, I know you probably don't want to think about this, but that website, it had a pretty cool album. Can you get that for me? Kind of want it. So yeah, that's the story behind that album and how I was considering for a while and contacting this potentially dangerous hacker man.
Hacker man.
For an
I mean,
album.
I mean, shit. If it gets you a song, it gets you a song.
No, that's not
Okay.
the mentality you should be. Oh, I'll blow some dude.
No,
just for a song.
listen, that album fucking slaps. I was legitimately upset when I found out the link was gone and I couldn't get the other album.
Fucking Slavs and they're slapping.
Fuck the Hungarians. I want my music. I want my lollycore guy.
My name's Gabe.
Okay, listen. Lollycore used to be a good genre. Like, okay, I can tell you the story behind Lollycore too, from what I remember. There's a guy, or it wasn't a guy, as far as I know, it was a group of people on 4chan who were just making music. And this music is actually really good, and they coined the genre Lollycore. Here, I can send a couple songs. His name was Lolly Wright. So that's a bit strange. This is their most popular song. It has around 75,000 views, which is pretty surprising for a genre of music like this. And yeah, there were a couple other really good songs from them. They have like actual albums out and shit though.
That was a beautiful story.
And then eventually,
Oh, there's more to this. Goddamn.
Maybe cheer up.
no, I wasn't really gonna say
He's still talking, mate.
I could tell you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much about
Yeah.
like underground music labels, and I can send you like links. A lot of it's really shitty, but there's this label called Tsundere Violence, for instance, and a lot of their music is awful, but then occasionally you'll find something really good. I also ordered a cassette tape from one of these sites, and it never came in, and then 3 years later I got a refund for it, so that was kind of weird.
Very, very weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, it's also weird. This artist I like, he was on Twitter, and I was okay. This is a very specific genre of pornography that I like, and
Stuff.
I not in this instance. I was
The
looking at this
lollies
guy's
on. No
album
lollies.
art, and I realized on the album art, I'm like, wait a second, I know exactly where all of that's from. And then I realized what the name of the album was, and then I realized what his name was, and he was just a hentai artist, but backwards. So that was a weird moment of realization.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not regret asking for that story.
I don't regret hearing that story.
Okay.
Welcome to the Salsa Squad. How may we help you?
The Salsa Squad, aka the Bathwater Quench Gang. We'll go
Oh.
that too.
Okay, hold on. That whole scene of like underground electronic music, they have some funny fucking names. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna say this name. I'm just gonna send the album, and then I want to hear your reaction to this guy's name. There you go. Okay, so going to Odyssey has kind of shaped my taste